Hello everybody, I hope your day is going well. I have a little bit of a different video today, at least different in tone. I will be going on vacation and visiting the lovely city of Richmond, Virginia. The dates are currently undisclosed, but it is planned within the next few months. I do have legitimate good reasons to visit Richmond. The city's been on my list for a while. I've gotten into learning about Civil War history. I just think it's very interesting. I've been to Charleston, Savannah, Atlanta, learning about Sherman's March to the Sea. I find that all boringly fascinating. So I do have some good reasons, some fun reasons to visit Richmond, but I figure while I'm there, maybe I could take a day. We could do a day of a GG tour. So, I kind of wanted to go over my proposed game plan. I came up with a list of landmarks, Gorgeous George landmarks, and I'm just going to kind of go through them here. And for anyone watching this video, feel free to leave any feedback, especially if I left out anything terribly important. So I'm going through the list now. It's in no particular order, just kind of off the top of my head as I made it. But I'm sure you could guess the first location. I suppose what we would now call the bank's former house. 1307 Stony Creek Drive. Oh yeah, let's get a look at it. So that photo must be pretty old. I guess the Google Maps vehicle isn't coming through Stony Creek Drive very often, because I'm pretty sure that's George's van. And I mean, I can see kind of a decal on the side there. Maybe that's his taxi business sign. And yeah, just the general poor state of the shrubbery. Roof looks like it's in pretty bad shape, so I would guess that this was when George was living here. But it'd be cool to take a drive down the street. I very briefly considered knocking on the door and talking to the current residents, but I'm sure that would be inappropriate. Really, mainly putting myself in their shoes, I would not want to know about that house's history. I know me personally, like if someone came to my house and showed me pictures of it before I moved in that resemble the photos of when George was living there, or even soon after he had moved out, that's not something I would want to know about. I'd rather feign ignorance on that subject. I gotta imagine it would be like finding out someone was murdered in your house. And then it looks like back here are some wooded areas to explore around in. I don't know if this, like how public that property is back there. I would love to get back there, if nothing else, to try and, spend a minute in the shoes of Jay Smith. But I don't know if that area is terribly accessible for non-residents. But yeah, it'll be cool to just kind of drive around, see what all is in the neighborhood, see what all GG was close to. I'm gonna guess, late at night, if he had a craving, looks like he had Arby's, McDonald's, Taco Bell, Domino's, Subway. Jadian's Smokin' 6-0 Barbecue. Oh, 4.8 rating, that's pretty good. Yeah, a lot of options. All right, next on the list is Rick's Rock Cafe. So a favorite hangout, and I believe also the primary location of past birthday bashes. Rick's Rock Cafe, Regency. Oh, Regency Inn, that's on my list as well. I guess I did not realize Rick's Rock Cafe it's in a motel? Yeah, it must be. Let's see if I can get to the street view. Okay, so yeah, that's Regency Inn. Weekly rates available. Very friendly to a person like George. Yeah, I mean, the motel itself looks about like what I'd expect it to. I guess if these pictures are as old as the pictures at 1307, we're not going to find George's van here. Not yet. So this must be... Well, that doesn't look like an entrance to a bar. No, that's still Regency Inn. Rick's Rock Cafe must be in the front. I guess here? That must be... Yeah, I mean, that awning looks like the closest thing to a bar. That must be... I'm gonna guess that's Rick's. Maybe we can see some photos. But yeah, you know, I remember, I believe George stayed at the Regency a lot, and I guess that certainly makes sense now. Looks like that would be a short walk from Rick's Rock Cafe to the Regency Inn. Let's see if they have an exterior picture. That stage sure looks familiar. No Roger or Watt there. Okay, yeah, so that is the entrance. I guess they don't have that sign anymore? Or maybe these are newer. I bet they're newer. Looks like they got that same band. Some pool tables. I do really enjoy playing pool. Uh-oh, they got some MC representation. Wonder if they've scared George out of the place recently. Yeah, that's a pretty alright sized crowd for a small bar. So this clearly wasn't taken during the birthday bash. Oh no! They put a picture of George in here. No. Oh man. Oh man. His head to rest of his body proportion is off, and I can't tell how. Oh, that's a mic stand. For a second, I thought that was a cane. And is this Vince? Kind of looks like it. Another band. Honestly, it looks like a pretty decent place to hang out. All things considered. There's another one. Oh, it's taken by Henry Rich. Oh shit, is that Roger?
I think that's Simon and Garfunkel? Yeah.
Oh, I wonder who the lady is. Is that Roger's lady? Huh. Well, that's cool. Oh, shit. Oh, man. It just says suspicious. Oh, that looks like that's more recent than old. Huh. Alright, they're open till midnight, so that'd give me plenty of time. Ooh, they have a hot chicken place around the corner. Oh no, he refuted. I was there recently visiting friends and had a good time. Well organized, karaoke, and some locals with real talent. That said, there were a few undesirables there, being too loud, but they were escorted out. Too much to drink, I guess. Well, thank you for the review, A Blast from the Past. Oh, okay. Oh, that is Vince. Had a decent time until a fight almost broke out. The guy in the coat and hot hair started mocking some of the other singers and then said some pretty vile stuff about a black guy that sang. The white guy said he was going to wrap the microphone cord around the black guy's neck like his dad did in the good old days. Oh my god. Pretty sure he used the N-word, but with the shouting, I'm not sure. The black guy confronted him on the stage, and the white guy backed down. I didn't catch it all because I had my phone in my pocket. Some little guy in sandals wearing a magician's jacket ushered the fat white guy out. I was pretty tense for a while, but I got a free beer from the staff for dealing with all of it. Oh, man. Ow. Oh, that hurt my stomach. Okay, well, a lot going on at Rick's Cafe. Rick's Rock Cafe, apologies. I will look forward to that. So once this list is fine-tuned, I will actually map it in and pick the efficient route. This isn't the order I'm going in things. Next, Nacho Mamas. A favorite hangout and suspected heavy expense for George. Oh, it took me to the... Oh, fuck! Is this Richmond? Permanently closed? Nice, George. Well, looks like that was a cute place, too. Huh. Well, for some people. Well, that's too bad. Does it give a reason? Alright, well, I guess that one's crossed off the list. Damn. How about Buffalo Wild Wings? I believe this is the location where George ran away from Henry, who then went inside and scarfed down some suicide wings. Not surprisingly, a lot of locations, but so this area is Henrico. So I'm going to just take a guess that this is the Wild Wings we want. And I believe that's roughly around the area where George lives. Let's see how far it is. Yeah, just a 12-minute drive. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure George ventured... I'm guessing he ventured the city looking for fares when he was doing the gypsy cab thing, so I'm sure he could have ended up at any one of these Wild Wings, but yeah, maybe I'll have lunch there someday. I'll assume that was the one. I'll kind of spend a few moments in the parking lot. You know, try and put myself in both George and Henry's shoes. I wish I had, like, investigative skills. Like, I love the show True Detective, or really any detective show. It'd be cool to go there and, like, scope around the parking lot looking for, like, almost like a Native American tracker, that cliche where I'm, like, rubbing the pavement and, like, all right, this is where George ran to his car. All right, next up, Fieldings, which I believe I've heard that's not a thing anymore. I'll type it in Google and see what it gives me. It gives me something that's permanently closed. Alrighty. Well. That's okay, though. There should really only be one Fieldings, and to me, that is the podcast. Fieldings Party Palace. Next up on the list is Dillard's, of course. I am very excited about going to Dillard's. Where I live, we do not have a Dillard's. Really, I don't think it was until I got into the GG saga that I learned what Dillard's was, or became aware of its existence. So again, a lot of options. Well, actually, no, just two. Sorry, just two. I think. Yeah. But again, in Henrico, this is probably the Dillard's we're looking for. I am very curious as to how the inside is laid out. I'm not going to look at the photos because I want to be surprised by it. But yeah, I'm curious if, like, their ugly suits are kept in a separate section, or if George is really going through rack by rack trying to find the ugliest looking one in the bunch. All right, next up, Henrico, can't spell. Henrico County Police Station? Yeah. So I'm not sure if George made true on many of his threats to contact police. It seems like he hung up on Saunders a lot to call them, but, you know, I figure might as well stop by. Maybe this is a building that GG huffed in and out of on a regular basis back in the day when they were still taking his reports down. Oh, sorry, I was reading what that was across the street. Because I know Henrico Doctors Hospital, yeah, that is next on the list. Yeah, I was curious if that was it right across the street. I'm not sure, it doesn't look like it. But yeah, and Henrico Doctors Hospital. Henrico Doctors Hospital. I don't care if I get sued. I want to take my test tube fecal there. So yeah, I mean, just a drive-by here. It looks like it's rated well. If I'm understanding correctly, and yeah, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this would then be where George Sr. spent his final days. I haven't heard anything about like him being moved to like a respite care facility or being moved back home to spend his final time there. I'm not sure if George knows where his father spent his last days. From my understanding, George was in Vegas trying to win back Sue. Great call. All right, next. Well, I'm really excited about this one. J. Sargent Reynolds, the famous. So Reynolds Community College, I suppose that's the same thing. When I typed it in, it looked like there were multiple. Okay, so there's a Parham campus, which is that. And then there's a downtown campus. Okay. Oh, that's a bookstore. College Downtown Campus Bookstore. Oh, well, okay. So, yeah, they do have two campuses. Well, yeah, the other one looked kind of out of the way, so I may have to do some more research on that, see which campus has the broadcast program. Is that what he was in? Okay, no, that's not too far from Henrico. Okay. Well, yeah. Yeah, I'll have to look further into that. All right, I'm going to do a Google search and hope I cleared history since the last time I looked up porn. J. Sargent Reynolds. Let's do broadcast program. Which I don't even know if program is a right thing to call it. Was it broadcast communication? And was it just like a class? A class that you get a certificate? The way George talks about it, it reminds me of like an adult education class. You just go for like 6 weeks and you don't really get anything but whatever you learned in the class. Not a degreed program. I'm not seeing anything on that though, so... Yeah, I mean, I don't know if George took just like an intro college credit class and that was it. Yeah, that'll merit some more research, but either way, if it's convenient, maybe I'll just hit up both campuses so I can say I crossed it off the list. Next up, of course, gotta pay my respects. So how about Forest Lawn Cemetery? Ooh, do they... Oh, no, it'd have to be that one. Forest Lawn Cemetery. So yeah, we'll go check out the grave. Oh, and I don't think I mentioned at the top of this video, I will be taking pictures. Maybe even doing a vlog. Ugh. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't think there's going to be anything good about reading reviews of a cemetery. So we'll just leave that there. I can't believe George said in a call that he has video proof of somebody defecating on his father's grave. Gross. But, yeah, objectively funny. Next, hopefully this will be last. I'd like to end on a somber note to wrap up the day. Let's see where that is. Oh, yeah, maybe. Maybe could swing that. All right, next up, I've got Chez Max restaurant. Hopefully this one's open. Hey! Oh, that looks like a nice place. Ooh. Ooh. Looks like a place to have a good date night. Maybe that's why George kept asking Jay to come here and meet him. Yeah. Looks like a nice place, so I will plan to have a dinner there. It's a French place. For some reason, when I heard George mention it, I thought it was a Mexican place. So, I thought Chez Max... Maybe I'm wrong. I thought Chez Max was... Like, George was telling Jay... Or maybe he was telling Saunders. George was telling somebody to meet behind that. Like, this looks like a classy restaurant. I mean, from the outside, it looks a little more like homemade, a little more like a definitive local establishment, but inside looked great, and I bet it's authentic food. It was rated pretty well on Google. I can kind of see, I think, a dumpster back there. Maybe that's where George gets Chez Max leftovers. But yeah, I'm surprised that that's a place George would want to fight. That seems like kind of like a nice place. Like if you're going to meet somebody in the back of a restaurant to fight, I always envisioned it being like a Burger King or something. Next on my list is Daddy Rabbits. I will be completely honest here, and it's a little embarrassing. Strip clubs make me awkward. I've only gone a few times in my life. Yeah, what up, man? I mean, at the risk of sounding lame or overcompensating, I'll say honestly, I'm very attracted to women, but I don't know, the strip club thing is always a little taboo to me. This place doesn't look like it's even open, though. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they had Kristen working here and Didn't take too long for the health department to shut that down. Well, let's see. Is it convenient? Oh, no, it's way south. All right, well, that one I'll probably skip altogether then. All right, next on my list, and if I had thought about it, I would have put this at the top of the video, but I do plan on staying at the Hyatt Regency, which, let me find... I'm pretty sure it's this one because the airport is over here, right? So it's the hotel that Sean asked for a ride from Gigi from in the prank call where he's a guy named Glenn who's getting off a flight. In my humble opinion, one of the funniest videos on YouTube currently. I love it so much. Yeah, this is it. LeBurnin Avenue. LeBurnin Avenue. So yeah. I mean, it seems like a nice hotel, so I'm just staying there. There's nothing more to it than that. It's just really funny to me. Next, I have... Oh, Regency Inn is next on the list, but we've already seen that. I didn't realize that Rick's was a part of that. That's pretty cool. So I'm guessing this must be... So, looks like this area is called Regency Square, or at least the small area. I wonder if this is just a general area. George hung out a lot. So yeah, because I think his house is somewhere in this general area. Got the hospital there. So yeah, this general area here may be where Gigi spent a lot of his time. So maybe that's where I should too. Last thing I have on my list is Richmond Library. And again, I do... So there are probably going to be a lot of libraries. As you would hope in a big city. Ah, jeez. But yeah, I love libraries. Yeah, I was trying to think of a way to make that sound cool, but I don't have anything. I just think they're really interesting. I love to read. And old libraries in big cities are just always so interesting. When I go to a big city, I always hit up a library. Just because, you know, architecturally and it just the ambiance and the atmosphere in general is a really nice aesthetic, in my opinion. When I was going to school in Chicago, I used to study a lot at Harold Washington downtown. Absolutely beautiful library, and that's just really neat. But yeah, I would also love to visit the library where the shows were recorded, take a walk through that. Main library. So that seems like that would be a good lead. Ooh. I was just going to say, like, I would absolutely love if I walk through the library and find the spot where Saunders and Gigi butted heads. The Lysol incident, as it's commonly referred to. If I find that spot and like the wall paint is the same color and the furniture is arranged the same way, that would be the funniest shit to me. And I feel like this is what color the walls were in that video. But yeah, oh, yep. Okay, that looks pretty familiar. I don't think the computers were there if this is the same spot, but I'm pretty sure it had that gate around it. Ooh. Yeah, I'll have to look back at the video for reference, but it does look like a really nice library. Well, that is it for my list. Again, I would love feedback if there's anything terribly important that I'm missing. Please do let me know. And once I return, I will certainly plan to share my experience. Maybe, just maybe, I will find a way to have a run-in with Gigi. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.